What's up, y'all? I'm Dietz, and today we're making Focaccia. I don't actually know how to say it, but we're gonna make it. So let's get cooking. This dough recipe is courtesy of the book Bread Alone, and we're starting by adding 1 teaspoon of dry yeast into 1 3/4 cup of warm water. While that's sitting, we're adding into a bowl a 1/3 cup of wheat flour, 2/3 cups of rye flour, and 3 cups of white flour. If you can't find rye flour, just substitute in wheat. Also joining the fun is a 1/4 cup of olive oil and 2 teaspoons of salt. Add in the water yeast mixture and stir with a wooden spoon. None of that metal crap that leaves a metallic taste behind. Flour a work surface and get kneading. This should take about 15 minutes. Shape your dough into a ball and rest in a covered bowl in the fridge overnight. Take the dough out of the fridge 2 hours before you get back to working with it. Now that it's warmed up, channel your inner Mike Tyson to deflate it. And just check out that gluten formation that allows it to stretch. Right now we're folding in the edges and giving it a quick knead. Now this is all in efforts to release gas from the dough. Separate this mass into 2 parts and form these into balls. Take these balls and flatten them into discs with your hands. Once flat, continue this process with a rolling pin. So they're going to fight you a little bit, they're going to want to scrunch up, but you just got to keep at it. Eventually you'll get them to 1/2 inch thick. Put that on some parchment paper and rest under a damp towel for 2 hours. After that time is up, flatten it out again. If you see bubbles form, you want to make sure to pop them. We're dimpling the dough with our fingers, drizzling on some olive oil, spreading it out and sprinkling on some flaky salt. While still on the parchment paper, this is going onto a pizza stone in a 400-degree oven. And this should come out nice and flat. Crap. We'll get it better on the next one though. We're slicing some onions and garlic and we'll shake them up in some olive oil. So this one we're rolling out more forcefully, popping those bubbles so it can be flatter. Dimpling the same as before, we're spreading out our onions and garlic and crumbling some feta on top. We're sliding this into the same oven for 15 minutes and that's more like it. Cool it on a rack and in 10 minutes dig in. Here's our completed bread. All the different smells from the different flavor combinations in here are wonderful. So let's dig in. So let's talk about these. The bread itself is pretty light, pretty fluffy, very easy to eat. It's not going to sit in you super hard unless you eat a bunch of it. These flavors are good. That classic olive oil and sea salt is great, just awesome. A little combination there, pretty classic. But then the feta with the garlic and the olive oil and the onions, oh my goodness, it really just gives it a kick. Really, kind of dress it up how you want. You can go with one that I did, or come up with something that you think will taste good. For sure, it's very versatile. It's just throwing toppings on top of this loaf of bread. It is really good. It's not too much work, a little bit of time, but it's not too much work. But thank you so much for watching DietzEatz, and we'll see you next time.